I'm running a little bit behind today. It's a good reason, though. The best reason possible, as a matter of fact, for being late is that I'm really bad at this. Yeah, that's the best reason. I can't manage a calendar, even though I put reminders and I put notes saying, hey, do this, do that. Ignore it, just swipe. What's another good reason? I'm not a professional. It's another good reason. I don't take this serious at all. So why you're here is beyond me. You have my love and admiration for being here, because I am clearly not worthy of it. What's another good reason for being late to a live stream that I said I would do because it's important to me? Oh, I was at a protest. Hey, there we go. Something legitimate. I swear, this is not a dog ate my homework situation. I was actually at a protest. I just came back from it. I just got home. So, needless to say, little scatterbrained. Just a couple of quick observations on the protest. Let me see, I gotta pull up my notes here. A couple observations. The protesters really have their act together. They've really got, they had crosswalk people blocking off the streets. They knew not to interact with like hecklers that are trying to agitate and escalate things. And they knew that the goal was to shut things down and was to spread news of the movement, I guess. My brain is dead. I haven't even had a drink yet. Look, this is what I have to drink. I haven't even opened it yet, and I can't think. But they were there to spread the word. There we go, James. Brain kind of sort of functioning. They were there to spread the word that we are out here in these streets to shut shit down because the country is not working for us. We do not agree with this fascist takeover. We do not agree with this genocide that is still occurring to this day, and that we as taxpayers are subsidizing. Get off my screen! I'm getting Tinder notifications or something. I'm sorry, it's actually Grindr. So it was really impressive to see, and one of the groups, at least the main group that was organizing it, I'm hesitant to kind of put them on blast, but let's just say they don't have a good reputation. And I have been at protests with them before, so I know that the organization has that reputation for a reason of being bad. But I don't know if either the fuck-ups they had in the past were just, growing pains, and maybe they've kind of matured into being an actual legitimate organization, or if this is just temporary and then go right back to getting kettled and getting people arrested. I don't know. Could be both. Could be all three. Could be none of them. Probably all three, though, because I'm very fucking smart. All right, I need a little more water. I did not drink enough water today. Welcome, everyone that's here. Thank you for joining. So, title of the live stream covers it all. Fascist Coup 2, the Dumbligarchy. We lived through the first fascist coup with January 6th. Oh, by the way, when is the TikTok censorship bomb gonna come in and fucking implode my stream again? So I have to be a little bit cautious because TikTok keeps censoring me because, I'm telling the truth, and they are so far up Trump's ass they can see what he ate this morning. So the first coup, of course, was January 6th, and Trump was refusing to leave office. Man, that would have been something fun if he refused to leave, though. Back in January 6th, or January 20th, 2020, that would have been fun. He's like, I'm not going, okay? This is my house. They say it's the people's house. I am a people. If I am a people, that means this house is mine. I get to be a squatter's rights. Secret Service just comes in and is like, actually, no, you gotta go. I refuse. Refuse this, motherfucker! So let's see if that would have been really interesting to see how that panned out. Instead, he fled via helicopter because he didn't even have the guts to welcome Biden. Anyway, getting off topic. So that was the first coup. We are currently living through the second fascist coup because these people have absolutely no respect for the Constitution, for the Bill of Rights, for the rule of law, for this country in general. It's been amazing to watch the transformation of the Constitutional Republican Crime Party, the Constitutional Republican Party into the MAGA Republican Crime Party. This whole stuff with Doge, a completely unaccountable office that is taking government, that is taking our taxpayer dollars with zero transparency and being held to zero ethical standards while they're doing all of this work, as they're calling it, which is really just and I can't say too many of the names because, again, TikTok will throw a censorship grenade, just lob it like a Call of Duty game. So instead of saying Elon Musk, I'm going to say Blelon Husk. So this Husk guy grooms these young kids, while they're in high school, and then they become adults, and now they're just totally sucked into the Nazi ideology and his weird agenda. And it's so funny to hear these stories of these absolute dopey little 19, 20-year-olds going into these government offices. And, the bureaucrats there are saying like, well, no, we're actually, you can't do that. And they're like, do you want me to call Blelon? See, I had to censor myself there. Do you want me to call Blelon Husk? Because I will. It's like, you gonna call daddy? Is that what you guys are gonna do? You little trust fund little bitch. I just want to pinch your fucking cheeks. All right, let's have a sip, shall we? So, we have a margarita today. Because I'm gonna go to, I can't say it we're gonna go to the beach. Okay, Rufus he didn't hear me. Good. Rufus is like right next to me, and if he had heard we're going to the beach, he would have started spazzing and jumped on me or something. I'm gonna have a margarita out at the beach. So, anyways, and so yeah, these 19, 20-year-old whatever weirdo kids, freaking with goddamn broccoli hair, busting into like the NSA of all places. The NSA, the National Security Administration. They bust in there, and these bureaucrats, they're like, do you want me to call Blelon Husk? And they're like, okay, I guess you can come in. Oh, I fight off Russia, I fight off terrorists, but I can't kick these 19-year-olds out. What the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? This is the National Security Administration. And you guys just roll up for a couple of people that just got their GED? What the hell? They just roll out the red carpet for them. I mean, these are people in charge of, like, government secrets and, quote-unquote, keeping us safe. And here they are, just bowing down to high school dropouts. You would think that the National Security Administration would have, I don't know, a little better security? Just saying. It's amazing because then some other kid showed up at San Francisco City Hall, I think this was yesterday, and said, I'm with Doge, I'm allowed in here, and I want you to turn over all your secrets. And San Francisco City Hall said, no, fuck off, I'm calling the sheriff. And San Francisco City Hall had better security than the National Security Administration. The whole liberal Silicon Valley, plant-eating pansies put up more of a fight than the National Security Administration. Weird times. Okay, back on topic. Stop distracting me, chat. And by chat, I mean my own thoughts. So yes, we are living through a second coup here, disregarding everything in the Constitution, and this whole thing, like just signing executive orders to disband the Department of Education, disband, the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship, all of which are absolutely nothing that the person in the White House, he is not my president, straight up, I'm just saying it. But the person in the White House, the person currently occupying his fat ass in the White House, does not have the authority to do. But that's what fascism is, right? They don't care about any of this. So I think I mentioned this on the last live stream. We were previously in right now, we're in the fascist phase where they're still kind of sort of respecting the courts, right? Because the courts have ruled against them on some things, and I'm like, yeah, screw it. And then other things, they've been like, you know what? No, we're not going to do that actually. When the court gave them an order, for example, the freezing of funds and government funds for overseas, for domestic stuff that Congress has already allocated, judges have ruled against them, and they have said, well, we don't care, we're still not sending out the money. So we are very much approaching the phase of fascism where Trump is going to be like, oh, you're a judge and you think I can't do something? Make me. And that's going to be his thing. I have a whole bunch of stuff written down here. I probably won't have time to get through it. So, I really wanted to organize these, so it's going to be kind of scatterbrained. I wanted to organize this stuff here, but I just didn't have time coming back from the protest. So, first thing here. $880 million cut from Medicare and Medicaid. Now, the biggest thing to remember is that white folks are heavily, heavily dependent on, let me put it this way. When it's redneck Trump voters, it's welfare. When it is patriot Americans that did not vote for this crap, it's earned entitlements, earned benefits, whatever. Anyways, so $880 million cut from Medicare and Medicaid is going to hurt the red states the most, because the red states are welfare states. We here in California are a surplus state. Most of the blue states, we send more in actual tax revenue because, you know, we work for a living, unlike these fucking losers. And so they're going to be hurt most from this. And you're seeing it now. I was just watching a compilation of TikToks of Trump voters. There was the Venezuelan lady who was just going off and like, we believed him. He said he was going to deport the criminals, but now I got a deportation order. He's coming after me. He's coming after my friend. He's coming after my neighbor. Gosh, if only there was a way to tell that a con man wouldn't tell you the truth. Wow. If only there were some warning signs here. You know, the whole thing of he did this before. Maybe the other thing where he was like, telling you he was gonna do that? Maybe, you know, maybe those things were kind of warnings, right? Maybe those were just like, oh man, I really should have seen this coming. And then of course there was another one of this guy whining about, I think it was U.S. aid cuts, and he's like, I'm not gonna be able to afford my farm now. My farm's gonna be taken over by the government. Yeah, and you know what? Once it's taken over by the government, guess what they're gonna do? Give it to Big Farm, or Big Agra. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give it to some big-ass farming company, and they're gonna keep all these massive corporations, these monopolies, these capitalists are gonna keep sucking up all this stuff like a goddamn Hoover vacuum. They're gonna keep taking it all up, and then all the mom and pop stuff. So yeah, your farm is gonna, and you voted for it. You voted for it. You fucked around. Now you're finding out. Again, if only there was some way, if there was someone, if there was some party that warned you about this kind of shit. And of course, another woman was saying that my babies rely on SNAP and food from that, and now Trump is cutting. And her makeup is fucking running. He's cutting the SNAP, and I can't. I won't be able to afford to feed my children. What do you want, MAGA? This is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. This is what we told you would happen, and this is what he said he would do. And now look at you. You got fucking egg on your face. Well, maybe not egg, because egg is too pricey right now. You have fucking shampoo on your face. I don't know. Shampoo's supposed to be in your hair, not on your face. So they fucked around, and now they're finding out. So I made a post to this effect that was kind of laughing at them, and so a couple of people were commenting that like, I'm so sick of this shit lib takes of you know that there's people that didn't vote for this getting affected by it. Yeah, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the people that are innocent victims in all this. I feel bad for those folks. I do not feel bad for these morons. We should absolutely point and laugh at the loser. Point and laugh at these idiots. Look at this idiot. As I point to myself. Yeah, really well done, James. So the question kind of comes, how do you bring those voters back into the fold? And I admit, I'm probably not the best at doing it. How do you here's what I will say. If some of these people come up and, you know, they were saying these things, these horrible things, and they were realizing the fuck-ups that they made, yes, we should have an open door for them. But here's what's so amazing is I remember back last cycle in 2017 when Trump first got in, he deported a U.S. veteran that was of Mexican descent. I don't think he was DACA, but I think he had a work permit or something. So totally legal, no crime record, and he deported that guy. He deported him, and then his wife said, yeah, I'm still going to vote for Trump again. So if these folks are going to continue doing the same stupid shit that got him in this scenario, let them eat cake. Or in this case, let them eat their own fucking feelings because they can't afford cake because they're losing their welfare. Yeah, I have no sympathy for them. But if this is a person that is like, I fucked up, I did something wrong, and now I am facing the burden of that, what can I do? Yes, we should have an open door policy for those folks. I don't want this to be like where we court the Liz Cheneys and the war criminals, like what Killer Kamala and Holocaust Harris did. But there should be a thing of like, yes, we are here, and this is what we are going to do to help you. But you have to make the decision. You have to make sure you're not going to do the same stupid crap you did before. And let's not have rallies with these folks. Let's bring in the base, and those folks can go off and do their own thing to rally their people. Because one thing that the Democrats can't even speak liberal. You think they can speak MAGA to these folks? No, I don't think so. Let those folks organize, do their thing, check in with them, but we need to focus on our voters. Okay, so there's a lot of job cuts. Of course, from the federal government right now. Again, they laid off a whole bunch of people from Treasury, with USAID. They laid off a whole bunch of people from the FBI. Again, the NSA. They fired a bunch of people from the NSA that oversee our nuclear program. You know, keeping our nuclear secret safe. They fired all those folks. Really smart thing to do. Just let the nuclear weapons that could, end all life on Earth. Yeah, let them sit in those silos with no one watching them and no one checking to make sure there's no improper access. Fuck it. What's the worst gonna happen? Nuclear war? Pfft, come on. So what's gonna happen is all these people, America, we are a consumer economy. So all these folks are gonna be out of work. They are. It's amazing. As much as MAGA hates like the welfare state, by putting all of these people out of work, they are now creating a welfare state because these people are going to be applying for their earned benefits, and it's going to be more of a drain on the taxpayers, and there's going to be less money to be spending in the economy. So the economy is we're going to see some pay attention to the next couple of jobs reports and see what the market does, because we're going to see some serious shocks from all these cuts, because people are going to have money to spend. Like, what's the next? I guess the next kind of big holiday we have is Easter. That kind of tends to be a big shopping thing. 4th of July would be after that. But people aren't going to have money to spend on that. So businesses are going to suffer. They're not. Well, I say suffer, which is silly because they've made record profits and the rich have gotten richer. But they're not going to get the money that they were expecting, right? So then they're going to start cutting people, which is ironic because the people that should be cut if you want to get rid of waste are the CEOs and the board of directors. Anyway. So there's going to be serious economic consequences to these job cuts. And a lot of these job cuts, again, they affect the red states. Some of the biggest employers in these red states is the federal government. So all these MAGA folks are going to be out of a job. And it's amazing with some of these people getting cut from the FBI. These people, these FBI folks, think they're like real hard asses. They think they're super brave. Some of them have done some pretty incredible stuff. But then, if they were real patriots, they would be out in these streets and they would be organizing as well. Make your own paramilitary. Have the counter Proud Boys, right? Call yourselves the uppity men. I don't fucking care. Just whatever. The opposite of the Proud Boys. That's what they should be doing. Here's the other thing. Really bad idea to fuck with some of these people. Like, they outed a bunch of CIA spooks. These are like Jason Bourne style folks. Like, these are not the kind of people that you want angry and pissed off and cornered. Not a good idea. Let's see. So now let's talk about the Eric Adams stuff, because again, this is with the fascist coup, it's the normalization of corruption. And we've seen that, right? Because Trump is profiting off the presidency. He's made himself named himself as chair or whatever it is of the Kennedy Center, and he's still profiting from all of his hotels. He's taking business deals overseas, et cetera, et cetera. Shoot, I said his name. Trump. I'm going to call him Trump. The liberal, stupid name of Trump. So, with the Eric Adams case, cold turkey, guilty. He's a corrupt motherfucker, has been since day one. And they finally catch him, right? So now, as his prosecution nears, the Trump regime is trying to get him get Adams, just trying to kind of pick him up, put him in Trump's pocket, right? That's what he's trying to do. Damn it, I said his name again. So that's what he's trying to do, and it's a quid pro quo, because the prosecuting attorney in the Southern District of New York, I believe it was, had a meeting with Eric Adams' attorney, who also represents Elon Musk. Oh, look at that. Two corrupt motherfuckers. Two corrupt motherfuckers in a pod. Represents Elon Musk, and so they were basically saying it's a quid pro quo. Hey, we need to drop these charges because it benefits Trump politically, and Trump will be able, he'll cooperate and let us have ICE. Classic quid pro quo. Now, there are prosecution, you cut a deal with prosecution where you get reduced jail time or sometimes no jail time, but reduced sentencing because you are going after a bigger fish. You're still pursuing organized crime. But the fact is that undocumented immigrants are civil violations. They are not criminal violations. And here's the bigger thing, is that Trump has actually taken people off of the task of finding like actual drug dealers, like people on counterterrorism task force. He's taken them off of that to find like some street vendor in New York. They're not a threat. Their cooking is actually the opposite of a threat. It's fucking amazing. So it's a classic quid pro quo. Total corruption. And this is the normalization of it. They're doing it out in the open. They don't care. They don't care. And this is what the fascists do. Normalizing corruption then becomes like, oh, well, I guess it's okay and we can't be upset about it. And of course, corporate media, the New York war crimes, the Washington bitches, the Washington Post bitches, Washington Post lobotomies, whatever, they are all in league with this. They're barely covering it with the outrage that it should. This, every single day is like a Watergate on cocaine, meth, steroids. Every single day, that's the newest news cycle. And corporate media is complicit because they are not putting the onus of the disaster of this. But then remember, oh, Hillary, she had a few, oh my God. Your live is flagged for harassment and bullying. This is so pathetic. All right, so I'm going to cut this stream and I'm going to create another one. Hold on 1 second. TikTok sucks. This is the absolute worst. Saying that I'm bullying and harassing? Who am I bullying and harassing? Oh, I'm sorry, the most powerful people in the world? That's bullying and harassing? Oh my God. I can't even say it, but schmick hock. Okay, whatever. So, where was I? Eric Adams. So that is what fascists do. It's the normalization of corruption. And again, corruption is now out in the open. Total quid pro quo. And yes, everything is a Watergate on steroids, crack meth. But the corporate media is complicit. They're doing nothing about it, right? Hillary's emails was a big thing when in fact it was just basically a mild nothing burger with something kind of sort of on the top. Total nonsense, which people had been doing for a long time, and which Trump did in droves once he got in power. And corporate media was all over that, though. Front page news, New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, Hillary's emails. But then Trump firing the very people that are investigating him, as well as Husk, and firing the people that are investigating them for financial crimes. And it's just a giant shrug from the media. And they are complicit. The media is the enemy. We can never forget this. They are the enemy. It's not just they are complicit, they are active participants in this, right? Remember when, was it CBS that basically gave a $25 million bribe to Trump to get away with, over a lawsuit that had absolutely no merit, none at all? So yes, corporate media is the enemy. They are not just complicit, they are active participants. We need to remember that every single time there's some propaganda piece from them. All right, so that's the Eric Adams stuff. I covered the nuclear weapons. Yeah, the nuclear weapons team getting fired. I mean, like, this is how the movie Broken Arrow would have actually happened, right? Like, Broken Arrow was the movie, remember, with John Travolta? And it was about this nuclear weapon that went missing because it was piss poorly guarded or something. And then it gets kidnapped. Yeah, let's kidnap an inanimate object. It gets stolen by terrorists, and now terrorists have a nuclear weapon in their hands to do whatever they choose with it, right? That's the plot of Broken Arrow. And now, with the NSA firings, that can actually happen. I don't mean... Hi. I don't mean to alarm everybody, but nuclear bombs could be in the hand of Nazis right now. Yeah. Yeah. Or ISIS. Yeah. Or Al-Qaeda. Or the Taliban. Or Iran. Yeah, a lot of bad people. Elon Musk could also have a nuclear weapon. We don't know. We might never know. Because, nuclear war is just the worst possible imagination scenario for survival of life on the Earth. But, we'll be fine. Dun-dun, dun, dun-dun. Dun-dun, dun, dun-dun. All right, the margarita's hitting me now. Okay. Now, this is important. So, with the whole stuff of Doge, which is so ridiculous, Doge is a meme of a Shiba Inu dog. And the Shiba Inu is a very prominent dog in Asia, specifically Japan, right? So it's like, he names it after a dog that's not even generally American. Like, the most American dog is what? Like, a lab, a pit bull? I mean, none of these dogs are, like, American, but these are dogs that, like, you see more commonly in America. Like labs, retrievers. You couldn't pick that? Like, what's it like? Call yourself the Retriever Efficiency Department, right? Because you're retrieving the taxpayer dollar. Anyway, so 1,135 Coast Guard members had direct deposit accounts, including routing information, compromised because of what's happening with Doge. Over 1,100 people had their information stolen from them. Are they going to get paid? Like, again, these are military folks. This is the Coast Guard. I know that the Coast Guard is like the Hufflepuff of the military. But, these are still people with legitimate training, with legitimate skills that, I wouldn't want them pissed at me. Just saying. And now they have all of their ability to get paid completely stolen and wiped out from them, right? What's going to happen next? And this is what Doge is doing. And again, by pissing all these people off and by taking all their money from them, you are setting the table for a lot. You look at, again, the Coast Guard, and not just the Coast Guard. We're going to find out like it's all branches of the military. And then outing all the CIA spooks, and then firing all these FBI people. These are folks with real, considerable, dangerous skills. Combined, now you're putting them in a situation where they're going to be angry, they're going to not have a lot of money, and they're going to be cornered. I think I said this already. But, like, it's a recipe for disaster. Domestic disaster. But MAGA never did anything smart. So, of course, with the confirmation of RFK Brainworm Jr., I will say this. I want to give credit where credit is due to the Democrats, that they actually put up a fight with this. That none of them voted for him, which is good. I'm so torn because the Democrats are obviously completely weak, pathetic, invalid little creatures. But they did what was right. Stop calling me! They did the right thing by everyone voting against him. And they should have been doing this from the beginning. This should have been the plan from the get-go. Obstruction, fight, stall. That should have been the plan. But it wasn't, because the Democrats are chicken shits. Either way, they all voted against him. And we're going to find that, like, all these people, because keep in mind, RFK Jr. vaccinated himself. He vaccinated all his kids. But then he tells other people not to vaccinate. And that's how you have the measles outbreak in, was it Samoa? I think it was Samoa. Hold on. Outbreak, RFK Jr. Was it Samoa? Yeah, Samoa. So these people are always telling folks not to, it's total hypocrisy. They're telling you not to do the thing that they are actually doing because they know it keeps them safe. Remember with COVID? Everyone at Fox Fake News got the vaccine. Everyone at Fox Fake News got the vaccine, and they were telling you, MAGA, not to. And you know what, MAGA? A lot of you, right? Herbert Kane, was it Herbert Kane? Is that his name? something Cain, whatever, the pizza guy, ran for president and lost. Herman Cain, Diamond and Silk. I mean, a whole bunch of, well, not both of them, but a whole bunch of right-wing people were because of COVID, and they were unvaccinated. That's exactly what's happening now, MAGA. You're getting played. You're suckers and losers, and you're getting played like a goddamn guitar string. And you don't want to get vaccinated? Okay. Enjoy the bubonic plague. But the fact is that all these folks that you're taking, Joe Rogan, RFK Jr., Trump himself, all these people that are not vaccinated, they are. They are. And you're a fucking clown if you think otherwise. Okay. But they're doing this because they want to sell their crank horse shit. That's what they... Remember, they were trying to sell ivermectin and then hydroxychloroquine, I think it was, which was all bullshit. None of it worked. They did study after study after study, and it showed, like, almost zero impact. Sure, maybe of 5,000 people, 3 showed positive side effects. You can't say that that's because of that drug. It's just confirmation bias. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to trick you so that then it's RFK Jr. Well, the thing is that the COVID vaccine it's bad, but I have some snake oil I can sell you. That's what they're doing. They're going to sell you some stupid crank medicine that doesn't work, and it's probably going to give you the Taco Bell runs. So, again, this is why I am not going to have sympathy for the MAGA mob. Because this is it's not my clown, it's their circus. Oh, and there were a bunch of layoffs at the VA, the Veterans Administration, because, you know, Republicans are big into supporting our military. I can't believe this is one of the longest running cons of the Reich. Because the Reich wing has played this, oh, we have to support our veterans, we have to support our police, we have to support this, that, and the other. And then they vote the exact opposite. Time and time again, they have voted against funding the VA. They have voted against veterans benefits. And vets, what are you guys doing? Are you guys that, like, brain dead, just drilled into your head, obey in advance authority? What is going on? How could you possibly see all these votes from Mitch McConnell to Ted Cruz of them axing your benefits, and now this is what's happening. This is what you guys voted for. Now Drumpf and Husk are in there. They're compromising all of your veterans information, your social security numbers, your probably your passwords, also of course your banking information. They're compromising all of that, and then they're laying off the very people that you expect to be able to call and say, hey, what's going on with my benefits? You're not going to be able to get through. You're just going to have some stupid voicemail by Doge Big Balls saying, hey, so you're calling right now for your benefits, and we just want to say, ruff, 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 because we're dogs and we're not here to actually help you. Oh shit, I broke character. Ruff, ruff, ruff! Anyway, eat my ass. I'm Big Balls. This is what you guys wanted. When are you gonna wise up? When are you gonna stop getting played? This is not a struggle between liberals and conservatives. This is a struggle between Americans and fascism. This is a struggle between people who work for a living and the billionaires. This is honestly a struggle between life and death. So vets, wise up. I know you're taking that like you're looking at me like, oh, some soft ass little liberals telling me this. Well, I'm not the one that's getting played. Okay, you're the one that earned benefits because you went to war, you did all this stuff for your country, and now here you are, shit out of luck. Not me. What's that tell you? Inflation is rising. I don't know why I did that with like a weird ass Russian accent, but inflation is up, 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 up. Inflation is almost like Husk's little salute. It's just going up, 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 up. Inflation is up, continuing to rise. Of course, the price of eggs has been just... I made a post about the price of eggs, and some MAGA idiot was in there and was like, well, that's because Biden killed all those chickens. So it's like, okay, but Trump was the one that you voted for to solve the problem, and it's still going up. So are you saying that he's failing? Oh, he's gonna be mad at you. Oh, I'm gonna write him a letter right now. Yeah, Kellyanne Thompson, I'm gonna write a letter right now that you are dissing your Fuhrer, and that is not allowed under fascism. Fascism 101. You are doing wrongthink, ma'am. So yeah, inflation is rising. And all these cuts, all this money-saving stuff is going to be used to pay for tax cuts for billionaires. Again, MAGA, how does this help you? How does you losing your farm because you're no longer getting government benefits? How does you losing SNAP benefits because they're cutting that funding? How does your family, friends, and loved ones getting deported, which costs money, by the way? How is that helping you? And then how is tax cuts for billionaires going to fix any of that? Tell me. Tell me. Because the billionaires are in charge now. You did this, right? Husk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, all these people are now the ones in charge that you voted for. So these billionaires, which we've been warning you about, are the problem. And now, you get screwed, they get more money. Enjoy. Your boot, sir. Keep licking it. Okay, so just on the topic of, again, I'm sorry this is so scatterbrained. I really wanted to organize this, but let's see, is there a comment in here? Let me see. Hard to believe these people exist. Oh wait, you're an idiot. A bunch of idiots in here. Okay, so now the federal government is suing Starbucks because it is too female and non-white enough. Good luck with that. Hey, suburban moms, you voted for it, you get it. So this Starbucks lawsuit is totally frivolous. Absolute horseshit and insanity. And it's, again, this is something that costs money. These court filings cost money. These lawyers cost money. It's not cheap to, and then you have to hire the experts. You got to gather the evidence. You have to investigate. This stuff costs money. So again, it's total waste. How does suing Starbucks help you, MAGA? How does that help you? Do you guys want to work at, you guys don't even like Starbucks. So you're suing Starbucks so you can work there when you don't even like it? This is the whole, like, MAGA horseshit, because same thing with, like, we want to get rid of undocumented immigrants because they're stealing our jobs. They're taking jobs that you passed on because you're too much of a fucking wimp. You guys don't have the fucking stones to do the shit that these immigrants do. You're not out there in the fields working. You're not out there cleaning these fucking rooms in hotels. You're not out there fucking building the shit that these immigrants are. It's unbelievable. You guys want to get rid of the very people that are keeping inflation down, by the way. And now you want to sue Starbucks. Because you want to be a barista? I would love to see the fucking lumberjack dude with a MAGA hat working as a barista. And somebody's like, hi, can I get a triple foam latte and add a little shot of soy? You're a soy fucking liberal? Get out of here! Yeah, that's going to work real well for you guys. Fucking enjoy it. Okay. So the Doge website was hacked. These are the people who are supposed to be geniuses, right? Like Husk, he's supposed to be a brilliant, genius, fantastic guy that's super smart. And yet he has the people that he has hired, made a website that was hackable by basically anyone. And they put on the Doge website, it's like, we hacked your website because Doge is shit. Something like that. These are the people that are in charge. They're so brilliant, they're so good that this stuff can be hacked by a teenager in fucking Memphis and a router. That's how good these people are. Probably doing it from a Starbucks Wi-Fi. Farmers hurt by funding freeze. This funding freeze thing with USAID actually really hits me hard because my family has a farm. And a lot of the product that we sell from our farm is bought by organizations like USAID, etc. So what USAID does is they buy domestic products and then they ship it overseas and they give it as a form of it's called soft power to help influence these developing and poor nations. Now, I mentioned this in the last stream. It's like a lot of liberals don't like it because they think it's imperialism, this, that, or the other. Okay, fine, I get it. But at the end of the day, Jesus Christ, we're doing good. We're bringing food to people that are starving, right? We're bringing houses to people that have had their stuff flooded out. I think that's a good reason to do something like that. Like, I think that Christians think doing good things is just bad because they're Christian. So this farmer stuff, it hits home because I have very fond memories of being out on the farm, and just it's a beautiful country. It's amazing to see, and it really is a mom and pop kind of. It's a mom and pop shop. It really is, and a lot of the big problem that my family farm has is dealing with big agra. Because you have these giant corporations that just buy up all the land, and they, of course, pay pennies to everybody else. They pay pennies for the land. They of course, do hardcore, like, scorched earth tactics to get people off of that land, and they'll do anything to do so. And then they develop it, they automate it, they pay pennies to the folks that are working it, and that squeezes the mom and pop shops so that it's the Walmart effect. You have this big agro, which is just the Walmart of farming, and all these other mom and pop shops go up. So by getting rid of USAID, you're hurting Main Street. You really are. So when MAGA has this whole vision of like working class folks and people that are just trying to squeeze by and make a living, getting rid of USAID is getting rid of Main Street. Social Security cuts. So with the budget proposals by the Republican Crime Party, they are proposing cuts to Social Security. We already covered Medicaid. All of these cuts, again, are not going to benefit you. If anything, they're going to hurt you, right? So you, MAGA, right now, on Medicaid, on SNAP, on probably unemployment because you guys don't actually have a job, you don't work. We do that for you. We produce the revenue, and you guys bitch about us doing it, claiming we're the welfare state. So you guys on Social Security and my parents are on Social Security right now. All that shit is compromised. I don't know if they're going to continue to get their Social Security payments. Not even because of the cuts. I don't know if they're going to get the Social Security payments because Doge and Husk and all these other morons have access to all that payment information. So now, how does that help you, MAGA? A lot of older voters vote Republican. So tell me, you old armchair quarterbacks, how is you losing your Social Security going to help the country? Right? How is you not being... And by the way, Trump rescinded the ability for Medicare and Medicaid to negotiate drug prices. How is that going to help you? How is you paying more money for drugs, more money for eggs, and not getting any Social Security while the benefits go to the rich in tax cuts? How is that going to help? Tell me. How is that going to help you? How is you being broke and basically going to get kicked out onto the street because you don't have any money and you can't afford anything? How is that going to help you? While the richest people who are already on their third yacht, their 20th home, and their 5th wife, how is that going to help you, MAGA? That was such a weird noise that I just made. Holy shit. You can tell that I'm getting a little, I'm on the way up. Just a little bit. That's when I start getting this. It's the fucking Irish in me. I got a wee little bit of Irish and then it just, it gets my skin all red and inflamed. That was like a mix of Irish and Scottish. I don't know what the fuck. I really need to go back to the home country. I really want to go, tangent. I really want to go to Ireland and Scotland. Scotland's where my family's from. That's actually a decent one. But I really want to go there and just kind of like see where my people came from and like what it was like. But I also want to hear the accents. My brother's been there. He's got a chance to go to Scotland, and I want to be able to like hear the Authenticity. The authenticity. Because I sound like a fucking, like a Lucky Charms commercial when I do my shit, or I sound like some really shitty Braveheart background extra when I do my Scottish. But like, I want to go there into the pubs, right? Where there's like bar fights and shit. I want to go in there, I want to see it. And I want to feel it, I want to smell it, I want to hear it. All right, whatever. Tangent over. Okay, so the U.S. Forest Service also was cut when, yeah, you know, not like we're in an unprecedented time for forest fires. Really good idea. Of course, LA, we already had that happen. We had a bunch of cuts to the fire department and forest services here in the area, and look what happened. Yeah, disaster. Great idea, MAGA. And again, a lot of rural area. My family farm, again, we've had several fires. I remember driving through one as a kid, as a matter of fact. That was scary as shit. But a lot of these forest fires are going to affect MAGA areas. So you're cutting this, and not only are you cutting stuff that keeps you safe, you're cutting these are veterans that are hired to do this kind of stuff, and you're cutting them. Again, where's your morals? Where's your values? But we already know this. Drumpf, I didn't say his name. He who shall not be named, Potter. Oh, I could never. So they're cutting veteran vets that are firefighters. And again, how does it benefit you to do all this pain to people? Because don't you believe in this stuff? But it's the same shit they've always been. MAGA is just a hypocritical movement. They claim one thing and then they do another. All right, let's wrap this up. Last point. Let's do it. MAGA brags about. Hang on, I gotta see what in the hell my writing says here. Ah! I have no idea if this is gonna land. Okay. So right now, there's of course the, by the way, fuck ICE. There is this big movement for deporting Americans here in this country. The folks that immigrated here and are now integrated in our society. They have families, they have roots, they have paid their taxes, they work for a living, they've created businesses, right? More so than what any MAGA idiot can say. So they're always bragging about cutting costs, right? That's the big thing. So they're saying, we're gonna cut costs by deporting these Americans. I'm not calling them immigrants. These are Americans. These people came here and they've paid more in taxes than Drumpf and Husk ever have. So fuck that shit. These people are not immigrants, they are Americans. So you guys are bragging about deporting Americans to cut costs, which by the way actually just raises prices because again, supply and demand. So we're already seeing that with eggs, with cost of goods. You have put people in a position where they don't want to work these farms, where they don't want to go to work to stock this shit. And now you have this stable supply. If it's stuck. The supply it's stuck. It won't move. Because there's no one to move it. There's no one to get it into where it needs to go in the economy. And then you have this demand because the supply is stable and not enough people are getting it, the demand is going to keep going up. So by cutting all these folks out of the workforce, you're raising the cost of goods because they have to raise the prices in order to try and stall demand. But it's not going to make a difference. The demand is going to keep stalling. Because if people don't have enough food, that doesn't change anything. They're going to keep asking for food. They need it to survive. And then, the deportation costs hundreds of millions of dollars. They've done studies on this. It doesn't even cost, that's just 1 year. It costs billions to do what you guys want to do. So, and that was actually a really interesting thing. So I saw that so far the deficit has been, what was last year was 20 sucks. 2025 does suck. But 2024 was $26 billion in deficits. And then in 2020, so far as of right now, we're at $30 billion in deficit. So even with all these cuts, it's not doing shit. You're raising the costs. You didn't cut the deficit, you increased it by $4 billion. I mean, that's like dumping your life savings and bragging that you found a fucking quarter in the sofa. Good job. You're still screwed. All right. That's all my notes here. Let's see. What am I missing? Do I have to be an old man and get my glasses to read the fucking comments? Okay, so there's an idiot here. Elephant in the room. You're clearly a MAGA moron. So you're saying cost billions to stay and safety is now an issue. Let's have a dialogue here. When you say this, I'm assuming you're talking about immigration, right? Cost billions to stay. First of all, you're a fucking idiot. That's wrong. It does not cost billions for them to stay. They pay more in taxes than you or I do, and they have paid more in taxes than Husk and Trump has paid. They not only do they pay more in taxes, but they pay more than they get in benefits because they cannot collect benefits. And you say safety is now an issue again. The January 6th terrorists that your failed Fuhrer pardoned were pedophiles, rapists, wife beaters, and child molesters. So don't give me this shit about safety. So what I'm trying to say is you're wrong on both your accusations. So let's accept that for a minute. Let's think about this, the elephant in the room. Granted, you are a moron, and you probably have a very limited imagination because your brain is smaller than a fucking sperm cell. But, go with me here. Let's say that I'm right in what I'm saying. How does deporting these people that are safer, that are more law-abiding than you are, and that also pay more in taxes for the benefits that you steal, tell me, how does deporting, and by the way, you deport them, you're going to raise the cost of goods. How does any of that help you? Tell me. USMC2 MSU, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. USMC2 MSU, who's going to do the work they do? You are absolutely correct, my friend. That's the problem. We had this happen in 2016 with the last MAGA regime. Because they were wanting to do this deportation shit and ICE was going all over the place. This was very popular here in California. I think it was here, it was California and Florida. ICE raided a lot of farms out here, and then when they took those workers, no one came. No one came to work those fields. White people didn't fucking come to work those fields. They didn't do that shit. And they were crushed. Those farms were crippled for a very long time. I'll be honest, I don't know what the aftermath, but I do know that white people were not the ones showing up for work. How do they pay taxes without a social security number? Reed, there's a lot of ways. Some of them actually do get a social security number because a lot of them here are legally, and those are the people, by the way, the legal folks, again, not the drug dealers, not the bad immigrants that you're all so scared of. Those folks are not the ones that Trump is focusing on. He's focusing on the legal folks. He's going into hotels, he's going into farms, he's going into businesses where these people have been working their ass off, contributing to the American economy, because that's why I'm not calling them immigrants. They are Americans. And so there's a lot of ways. One, they could have a legitimate method to pay their taxes with the Social Security number. And yes, sometimes they also do not have a legitimate Social Security number, but they still pay taxes with someone else's or what have you. And again, why would, here's the thing. They didn't have to pay taxes. If they don't have a Social Security number, fuck it. Why would they pay taxes? I have one. I have to pay taxes because otherwise that shit registers with the IRS and I got people knocking on my door. These folks, if they're indeed living in the shadows, they didn't have to pay it. They could have just said, fuck you, IRS, and not paid it. But they chose to do so. So yes, these people are Americans. More so than fucking Trump. Jennifer says, thank you, Jennifer. Reed, I already answered your question. Exactly 92 billion last year alone. Middle-aged, priceless. Forgive me, I'm not sure what that's in regards to. I think I'm behind on the comments. Reed, you're asking the same thing over and over. I already answered your question. I don't know why you guys asked the same question when I just answered it. Those are Venezuelan asylum seekers. Holy shit, that's a tongue twister. Venezuelan asylum seekers. Try saying that 10 times fast. Venezuelan asylum seekers. Venezuelan asylum seekers. Venezuelan asylum seekers. Fuck it. Technically here legally. Yes, correct. People here that are on asylum are here legally. You can, and again, you don't have to be at a port of entry to request asylum. You can be anywhere in the world, not anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country and request asylum, and that is legal. Okay, Reed, you're asking the same question that I already answered, so I don't know if I'm very behind, but if I keep seeing it, you're just going to get banned because you're stupid. Okay, you're actually a piece of shit, so fuck off. Turtle, every time they buy something or get gas, they pay taxes. That is also correct. They pay taxes on all that stuff. Some of them own property as well. That's stuff that you don't need a social security number for. Or do you? I don't own property, so I don't know, as a matter of fact. But, I mean, just like you said, buying gas, buying groceries, buying gas, you pay taxes. So, yeah. They do pay taxes for stuff, and there's probably a whole host of other shit that I am too stupid to know off the top of my head that they pay taxes for, and you don't need a social security number for that. So you're for sanctuary cities. Fucking yes I am! Eat my ass, bitch! Sanctuary cities are a necessity because immigrants make this country. Immigrants built this country. Immigrants come here, they create jobs, they build businesses, and they pay taxes. That's more so than anything I can say for the pedophiles that Drumpf pardoned that were terrorists in January 6th. So yes, I am for sanctuary cities. I want the people that are going to come here and build this country up. I want them here. Deport the January 6th terrorists. Eat my ass! Let the world see them all march. He'll start a pay preview of the entire march. Would be epic. Blubber smack? I don't understand what that's in regards to. Some idiot said, come here legally. They already did. They came here legally, and your failed Fuhrer is the one trying to get them out of here. Remember the H-1B visas shit? Or the people that are here on student visas and then or the people that are here on work visas, they come here to this country legally, and your dipshit cunt of a Fuhrer still wants to get them fired or get them deported. It's stupid. All right, the margarita is starting to hit me a little bit. You can tell because I'm very combative. He is focusing on the illegals. No, he's fucking not, you dumb son of a bitch. There's a reason that the Counterterrorism Task Force, as well as people in narcotics and actual drug smuggling, are taken off of all those cases and looking at people that are just here fucking selling tacos in downtown. Get fucked. They are not immigrants. Immigrants come to an country lawfully. What's amazing, dude, is that fucking immigrants speak and type and read and write better English than you do. USMC2 MSU. The system is broken too. US needs population growth much faster than it can give. Yes, it does. And that's the other problem. We do not have the growth in this country that we need in terms of population, which explains the Nazi terrorist Great Replacement theory. And USMC2 MSU, I'm sure you're familiar with this, but people who are believing in the Great Replacement theory are terrorists and not people to be taken seriously. So if you ever come across somebody saying, well, Democrats are just importing illegals so that they can replace us, that is a person that is a threat to yourself and your community. So treat them as such and do not take them seriously. All right, Reed, I answered your question. You're getting blocked. Who's the blubber whale? What was that guy's name? I wanted to have a discussion with him and he didn't. Let's see. Trump Elon is Trump 55 Dad XY. Are you trying to specify some kind of chromosomes? What do you mean Dad XY? I don't understand that. Okay, so some mega moron is in here. So you want to exploit people with cheap labor. I do not want to exploit people with cheap labor. I am for a living wage. You know who does want to exploit people with cheap labor? Businesses. You know why? Places like Mar-a-Lago. They do exactly that. They take in a shitload of undocumented people, force them to work insane hours at an insane pace, doing crazy amounts of stuff, and they pay them dog shit. So here's the real struggle here, is that the business community loves to exploit, I was going to say child labor, which they do, but also a lot of businesses are child molesters. But they love to exploit immigrant labor, which is the biggest reason to just give amnesty. You want to raise fucking wages in this country? Give amnesty to the people that are out here working their asses off. Give them fucking amnesty, and wait to see how fucking fast labor rises. Wages will go up because these people won't be living in the shadows in fear of deportation or arrest or any of this shit. So yes, the people who exploit cheap labor are businesses and business failures like Trump, who wrote the book on Chapter 11. They exploit cheap labor, so don't give me this shit. Laurel 1963, the immigrants I know are hardworking people. Thank you. Me as well. Me as well. Is that proper fucking grammar? I'm an American and I need to consult an immigrant on proper grammar because I think I fucked that up. All the immigrants that I have ever known are extremely hardworking people. They're busting their ass. I'm a pretty fucking go-getter, but some of these folks, man, they outpace me, and that's fucking impressive. So let's just say that. Maria Luna 4508. Yes, I agree with you totally, James. Educate! Educate! All these ignorant racists. It's so sad. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. I'm behind on these comments. I'm not specifically sure which one that's in regards to, but thank you. Okay, this guy, the amount immigrants paid in taxes. I have to scroll back. I'm just getting caught up. Okay, so anybody that I'm responding to, if you are responding again, please give me a reminder. Just speak in full sentences so I know what I'm responding to. The amount immigrants paid in taxes. Again, I'm not sure what you're in regards to, but the facts are that immigrants pay more in taxes than fucking Drum for Husk. End of story. Okay, so the elephant in the room is the guy that I wanted to actually have a discussion with. And now he, rather than answer any of my questions, rather than go with what I was saying, he's off on some bullshit. So that goes to show that these people they're not serious people. It's just, what's that scene in Succession? Like, you are not serious people. All right, fuck out of here. Trump has given people permission to express their most base racist views. Yeah, 100%. Trump is a violent Nazi terrorist, and he is given the same permission structure to these other very evil, America-hating fascists. I was going to use a different expletive, but I chose not to. That are out here. He's given them a permission structure. Either I need another drink so I will stop slurring, or I need more water. Anyways, he's given a permission structure for them to be terrible. You're 100% correct. Gabby Rose, amen. Thank you. USMC2 MSU says 100. Yes! Finally, we're getting to the good people in this stream. So, slave labor then. What is this and what are you talking about? I don't know if this is for what I'm saying or against it, but that is what the corporations are trying to do right now. They're not even trying to do that to immigrants. Slave labor, they're actually doing. You understand that, right? They take people in prisons, right, and get them to work for fucking literal pennies on the dollar right now. They're doing that in factories. They did it here in LA. The firefighters, they were putting out the fires. A lot of them were convicts. A lot of them were teenage convicts, no less, who are not even going to be able to use that experience to put on their resume so that when they get out of prison and they can find another job. What sense does that make? It makes no sense for us to put these folks in jail and then we have no way to reintegrate them into society. It's stupid and it costs the taxpayers money. And slave labor is exactly what capitalism is doing right now. You're just an idiot. I'm gonna get you out of here. How do you feel about RFK doing away with mental health medication? It's a stupid idea. The last thing you want is people with mental health conditions like myself not being given their medications. Now, for the record, the people that are most likely to be mass shooters are white men with no mental health history. That's just a statistical fact. In fact, people who are least likely to be violent in society are people like myself with mental health conditions. So for you to take away, not you, but for him, for Captain Brainworms Jr. to take away, depression medication, I think that's where he's targeting right now, is just a dumb idea. Especially, you get a lot of vets coming back with PTSD. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'd like to know how many of these people claim to be Jesus-following Christians. Me too. Did I say Christians? I would like to know how many of these people claim to be Jesus-following Christians. Jesus Christ. How strong is this margarita? 10%? I'm a fucking... My Irish ancestors are pissed at me right now. Probably all of them, honestly. The Bible has been perverted. Again, I went to Sunday school. My mom is she's read the Bible multiple times, and she has never been more progressive than she is right now, because the Bible is progressive. Jesus was a dude hanging around with whores and prostitutes, and he had multiple children, by the way. So yeah, he was the guy that was hounding the authority, the power structure, the Romans, the emperors, the pharaohs. Well, pharaohs and the emperors when it comes to Romans. But he was taking on the power structure. He was the man taking on the elites. And he was whipping people with fucking belts and shit to get them out of his temple when they were hypocrites. That's the Jesus that was actual and real, whose birthday was not in fucking December. As far as most historians know, it was probably most likely April. So yeah, a lot of them post this shit that they're Jesus-following Christians and love thy neighbor, but also fuck Greg next door. Ugh. Pride flag? Where you at, Blubs? Oh, was that the elephant in the room guy that I wanted to debate, and he'd like just totally change topic because he's a bitch? I'm 65, I could outpace you. Bullshit, you could. You fucking got winded typing this response. Suzanne, even the cops too. Suzanne, forgive me, I'm a little behind. I don't know what this is in regards to. So I'm not going to go off on a tangent quite yet, because there's a lot of stuff I can say about the police. But I don't know what this is about. Jeanette B., the darkest era in U.S. history has begun. Oligarchy is here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. God, it's terrifying. Hey, look, do what you have to. The most important thing is to stay safe. Protect yourself. I own 3 guns. I recommend everybody get a gun. Liberals, I know. As talk about guns, and liberals like, oh, I want to guns. No, I'm telling you, get a gun, learn how to use it, take some self-defense classes, take some wrestling, some MMA. You need to prepare yourselves. This is a very scary time. We would like this to resolve peacefully, but we don't know what's going to happen. It's a very scary time, and be prepared. Yankee Guy 127. House cleaning, laborers, landscaping, and farming are 90% immigrants that work their ass off. Yeah, 100%. I mean, not to be a stickler, but I don't know if it's exactly 90%. But yes, they are certainly a very large portion of those sectors. Again, working in the hotel industry, I know a lot of folks in that industry that are immigrants, and buddy, holy shit, do they work hard. I cleaned my apartment just this week. Took me 3 fucking days. And these ladies clean like suites about the size of my apartment in 2 fucking hours. So yeah, they can outpace me. Chris Tvate 487. Enjoy the drinks before Trump does that 60% tax on booze. Holy shit, dude. If he does that, we're gonna have a whole new era of prohibition. I'm gonna be fucking making moonshine in my toilet. I'm glad I cleaned it recently. I keep getting notifications. Suzanne says, I was in prison. Oh, okay. Is this what you're talking about, cops? I was in prison in VA. I did it for 3 years. Sorry, Suzanne. I think I'm still a little behind. I don't know what that's in regards to. Social anxiety therapist says, yes, research shows shooters are actually angry. Yeah, they're angry. Some of it justified. Look at Luigi Mangione. Some of it not. Look at the Christchurch shooter, right? Or the Buffalo supermarket shooter, or any of the other MAGA terrorists that have shot up places for no fucking reason. Nunya says, I had a phone call. Did I miss any shenanigans? Yes. Y asks, when are you running? Oh. Well, you have to ask me the hard questions. I love that your question is just, the name of your profile is 3 letters, and you ask probably the hardest question with only 4 words. When are you running? I mean, look, I hate this. There's a website run for something, and I don't know how to impact change from the outside, from where I am right now. I don't know how to make things better out here. Sure, I can go to a protest. Sure, I can write my congressman, whatever. But what good can I actually do when you have these fascist and centrist hacks like literally coming together to vote yes on MAGA nominations? I can't. So there needs to be a power structure, and the only way to really, a lot of organizers and whatever will say the only way to make change is from the outside. Okay, fine, sure, but you need people on the inside, because that is where the power is, and that's where the voting is. And if you're not with the votes, you're not actually influencing power. So it's something I've thought about. I really don't want to. Rita de Oliveira, oligarchy has been here. We're somewhere darker now. That is also a very good point. I would, again, not to be that guy. Well, actually, you can't have love, actually. I love Keira Knightley, by the way. I don't mean to be mean about my impression of her. I think she's fantastic. But oligarchy, yes, it has been here. What I will say is that it's not to the levels that we've seen right now. I mean, you look at Husk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, all these people. I mean, they have just unbelievable amounts of wealth, and it shows how evil they are that they have all that wealth and so many people are starving right now. So, yeah, I would definitely agree we're somewhere a lot darker now, for sure. Habib asks how to prepare. Stock up on provisions, have canned goods that will last you for, a couple years. Get lots of water, get a gun, learn how to survive in the wild, learn how to be able to build a fire, learn how to be able to build a shelter, learn self-defense. Again, wrestling is a great start, boxing, of course, as well. That's my recommendation. How many freaking comments are there? Someone says it'll never happen. I don't know what that's in regards to. I'm caught up on the comments! I'm finally caught up! Oh my god! Oh, I need a beer to celebrate. I still have to I'm supposed to shampoo my carpet today too, and I don't want to. I think I'm gonna put it off. Which is so stupid because I just vacuumed. Okay. I got a couple more. What time is it? Okay, I got like 5 minutes. Any other comments, concerns, questions? You want to give me the middle finger or whatever? Just do it fast! Because I need to take him to the beach, and I also really gotta pee! I think my strategy worked, though, because like I said, TikTok had been censoring me previously. So I think once I got that warning, just closing that live stream out and opening up another one, I think that did the trick. Your first like today is from Nunya. Oh, thank you, Nunya. Your first... Okay, I don't get this. It says your first like today, but it's like I have 1.6 thousand likes right now. What is that? How is that my first... Maybe it's my first like because it's the first like you've given? Because you're a new follower or something? Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. I'm fucking full boomer energy in this sometimes. I'm actually really excited. I'm looking up how to live stream on all platforms. So like my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. I'm going to be able to stream from all of those. So I'm really, really excited to do that. I'm going to hopefully, I really wanted to like do a, whatchamacallit, a gaming stream, because I love to drink and to game. I'm extra like that. And I would love to do a live streaming. I was going to call it Drunk Games and Politics. And just like if I got lockdown protocol, and I was just going to go into lobbies and just be like, so, how about that Trump, huh? And just start debating people and just fucking see what happens. Then I could go in there and do my Trump impression. Like, listen, everybody, we all know that someone is sus. There is a sus person in this room. It's not me. It's probably you. Look at this guy. He's shifty. He looks very shifty. He looks like a shifty Schiff. Adam Schiff. Gave me a lot of Schiff. Gave me a lot of shit. I don't know, whatever. Get it, girl. What a weird thing to focus on. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why that made me laugh. Okay, ask questions, please, because I really gotta pee and I gotta go. You got like 60 seconds. Let's go. Any questions? Let's go. I should probably just turn off the computer right now and save myself the time. Oh my God, I drank too much too fast. Between the margarita and the water, I gotta pee. I'm probably all red, aren't I? Yeah, I look like I got sunburned. Okay, I'm gonna start closing out. So the one thing I will say is that favorite color? Blue. Probably like a sky blue. I think that's my favorite. I love that. I always wondered why. I can't really place why, but just sky blue, probably because, you know, obvious reasons. So I will end on this. Please, I think most of you are already following me. Please follow, like, and because TikTok is censoring a lot of liberal stuff right now. So the more that you can, honestly, I know that I'm asking a lot, but if you can just go to my page each day, you know, I'll post. I post, I think, 4 times a day here, or 4 times a day. Holy shit, I'd be dead. 4 times a week here. But please just scroll through my feed, like my stuff, because the biggest thing is that we have to be getting the message out, and we have to be making fun of these people. And the only way for us to connect and network and beat the algorithm, which is rigged against us, is to go through and like this kind of stuff. Also, lastly, I'm at YouTube. Let me type it in the chat here. I did this last time where I go full boomer, like, how do I talk? How do I do this? Can I, how do I chat? Comment, there we go. Enjoy my giant schnoz in the screen for 5 seconds. Rufus, stop licking yourself! God! He licks himself so much that he like poops just straight fur. There we go. Okay, that is my YouTube. Please go there, like and subscribe. My goal is I would like to have my YouTube to be monetized. If I get 1,000, I'm currently halfway there because I do have to make a living. And if I can make a living, that would make it a lot easier for me to be able to keep making videos like this, and then I wouldn't have to be sucking on the capitalist teat. And I can keep bringing you guys more stuff. I can keep doing more live like this. So, Galactic Glitz. Can I see who else is? Galactic Glitz, Nunya. How do I see who? Oh my God, I'm gonna go full boomer again, aren't I? It's not what I want. I want to call out a thank you to the. Okay, Nunya, Daniel Dyer 759, Billy Green, Bernie Spring 309. Hang on, there's another person in here, but I don't know if he's a dipshit or not. I can't tell. Okay, I'm just gonna give him a shout out in case, because I don't want anyone to feel left out. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this shout out. Bill Diddler. Bill Dilder. The double Dilder. I'm fucking sorry, not Diddler. Dilder. Holy shit. God, I suck at this. Anyways, again, I'm sorry, Bill. I'm so sorry. Thank you all. Again, please follow me, like and subscribe. I do live streams once a week. You can catch me again next time. Thank you. How do I end the stream?